Oddsmakers have set the season win projected total for the Jacksonville Jaguars at 10 wins this regular season. Do you play over or under? Find out next. Tony T here from Gamblers Television, covering the NFL Vegas style all season long. The Jacksonville Jaguars finished the 2007 regular season at 11-5 and won a playoff game in the AFC Wildcard round at Pittsburgh, but dropped a 31-20 decision at New England in the AFC Divisional Playoffs. Now, head coach Jack Del Rio made a huge move at the end of preseason last year, cutting Byron Leftwich in favor of David Garrard at the quarterback position. That move paid off big time, and Garrard made great decisions, passing for 18 TDs with only 3 interceptions. Now, his quarterback rating of 102.2 was the third best in the league. Oddsmakers set the Jacksonville Jaguars' projected win total for the 2008 regular season at 10 wins. Let's take a look at their schedule. The Jaguars play in the AFC South, and that means 2 games each with Indy, Tennessee, and Houston. Jacksonville went 2-4 against the division, but their Week 17 game at Houston was a meaningless encounter. The AFC South plays the NFC North and NFC North this season. They host the tougher teams in Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Green Bay, and Minnesota, while traveling to the bottom half of those 2 divisions in Cincinnati, Baltimore, Chicago, and Detroit, making victories tougher. Now, over players want to play the weak teams at home because it gives you a better chance of gaining victories. As a second-place team in the AFC South, that means 2 games against the other AFC second-place teams, so they're on the road at Denver while hosting Buffalo. Jacksonville got a bad draw this year from the schedule makers, and they played the 3rd toughest schedule in football. Let's take a look at their offense. We know David Garrard is the man at quarterback in Jacksonville off his play from last season. Jerry Porter and Troy Williamson upgraded the team at the wide receiver position with their pickups in the offseason. The Jags are stacked now with Reggie Williams and Dennis Northcutt returning. Fred Taylor and Maurice Jones-Drew are back as a dynamic duo in the backfield for the Jaguars. Now, Drew gives the Jags a good kick return guy as he averaged 26.2 yards per return. Take a look at their defense. Now, a new defensive coordinator was brought in as Greg Williams replaces Mike Smith, who is now the head coach of the Atlanta Falcons. Now, the defensive line lost 2 stars from last season as Bobby McCray and Marcus Stroud were lost in the offseason. Now, after suffering Achilles injury in 2006, defensive end Reggie Hayward saw his sack numbers and total tackles numbers drop. The Jaguars must get contributions from the rookie defensive ends Derek Harvey and Quentin Groves, who were drafted in the first 2 rounds of the draft. Now, linebackers and secondary are solid for the Jaguars, but the entire success of this unit depends on whether this new group of defensive linemen can put pressure on the quarterback. And now to my selection. Jacksonville, they're going to put up points this season and could be an over machine for bettors in each individual game. Gone are the days when you play Jacksonville under week after week. Betting over 10 wins means we need 11 victories to cash, but with the new defensive coordinator, the 3rd toughest schedule in the league, and questions with their pass rush, the over is not a good bet. The Jaguars got a bad break playing the weaker teams in NFC and AFC North on the road, making victories tougher. Play the Jacksonville Jaguars under 10 wins for the 2008 regular season. Be sure to visit and bookmark my television show page at www.gamblerstelevision.com for continuous point spread coverage from the NFL. Gamblers Television, get addicted.